Alright, welcome back to Dinopedia, entry number 32, the Microraptor. Remember to like if you like, and subscribe down below for more videos. Alright, so the schedule as always is look at the Ark Survival Microraptor, look at tips and tricks for the Micro, potential add-ons for Ark Survival, and reworking for my new game, Dino World. Let's get into it. So of course, looking at the Microraptor from Ark Survival, we can see that it's an animal, so it's in the kingdom Animalia, group reptilian because it is a dinosaur, which are ancestral lizards, and description is a tiny raptor. So it does belong to the raptor family of dinosaurs. So traits, of course, will attack and stun and flee a player. So they will attack you, stun you, and then flee if a player becomes too close, not dealing much damage and will not stick around. So they will just stun you and move on mostly. If they do start attacking you consistently, you're pretty much dead at that point. But I've only encountered them a few times, and usually they just fly down to you, stun you, attack you once, and then maybe attack you twice and then leave. And they only do like 8 damage, so you're really only going to get attacked like twice, losing like 16 to 30 health. And then they're just going to leave you alone and flee you. But you will be stunned, so other dinosaurs may come along and kill you. But they're only found in the Redwood woods, so I wouldn't worry that much. So the Microraptor has very small stats similar to the Combi. It has a health of 130, stamina 100, oxygen 150, food and water 450 each, weight 45, melee base damage of 8, walking speed of 1.5 meters per second, flight speed of double that, 3 meters per second, with a torpor of 75. So very similar to the Combi of a small stat block. So some utilities and roles, obviously some tips. A micro swarm, creating a swarm of 10 to 15 Microraptors can be used effectively to bully any medium or large dino into submission. Obviously it won't work with like a Giga, but like maybe like a Carno or an Allo or a Trike, a Diplodocus, probably not a Bronto, but you could try. But anything medium to large dino that you can find, you could probably get into submission with a group of 10 to 15, a swarm of 10 to 15 Microraptors could probably do the job. Similar to Dimorphodons, but not as effective as Dimorphodons because Dimorphodons are more effective at attacking. But it is a good shoulder scout. You can use whistle commands to stun players near you, allowing you to kill them easily because they are a shoulder pet, so they can stay on your shoulder. And you can just, like, if you see a player near you, you can whistle it to go stun them. It'll stun them, attack them twice, and then come back to you, allowing you to kill that player more easily for you, getting a quick kill. Some tricks: it is a war backbone of your war machine. Using its stun lock to stun players and force them to dismount their dinos is a heavy advantage in battle easily, and when spammed with a 10 to 15 pack swarm of raptors, you're basically allowing yourself that every single dino will be mountless. We'll have no players mounting them because, I mean, it won't work for like galleys because galleys, you know, it won't dismount passengers, but it will dismount the player riding it. So of course it won't work with galleys or diplodocuses, but gigas, rexes, carnos, allos, titanosaurs, I mean, it'll work for any creature besides ones that can have multiple riders. So very effective for 90% of the war, the enemy's military. Of course they are timid, so since they only attack once or twice before fleeing, this makes having armor on your player at all times a necessity, as they won't kill you but will damage you a bit, so it is good to have armor on you, even if it's just like hide, fur, or flak. As long as you have some basic armor on you at all times, it will help you survive a Microraptor attack, and they will stop attacking you. They won't straight up kill you unless there's like 3 of them, and they attack more than once and you don't have any armor on. But if you do have at least a basic armor on, they won't kill you. You'll be able to survive an attack from them. And of course, Tame Scout. When taming a dino, they are knocked out from taming, so use whistle commands for your swarm of raptors to protect and distract carnivores that wander too close. So let's say you're taming a trike, and a carno walks over and says, "Hey, I want to attack you because I want to eat your tame and also kill you." Well, just whistle your Microraptor swarm. Just make sure they're passive when you're taming the trike, because they will attack the trike if it attacks you. But then whistle aggressive, and if any carnivores come over, you can whistle to them to attack the Carnotaur or any other carnivore that comes over. They probably won't beat a Rex, but anything like an Allo or Carno, they could probably beat. Baryonyx, Sarcos, Deinosuchus, they can beat pretty much anything that's not a Rex or higher. And yeah, you could pretty much survive and get your tame done. So of course, potential add-ons that I'd like to see added to the game: pack spawns. Microraptors should spawn in packs of 3 to 5, similar to copies, because they are very small and don't really pose that much of a threat. They're more of just minor annoyances. And of course, I would like them to be bug catchers. Setting a swarm on Wander allows them to hunt and farm chitin from insects, similar to how if you set a pack of herbivores on Wander, they will farm berries and farm wood and trees and stuff if you set them on Wander. So same thing, I'd like to see that happen with the Microraptor. And of course, there is no Microraptor in Jurassic World, so we'll just be comparing the two models from Ark Survival and Dino World. Our model, of course, is a little bit more feathery. I do like ours more than the Ark one, but the Ark one does look a little bit more intimidating and scary, especially that mouth and head looks more intimidating. So Ark is more scary and fearful, but ours does look better as far as looks goes. So of course, Micro is the name, shortened from Microraptor. Of course, we shorten all of our dino names to make them more appealing. There's the normal Micro, which is the wild and tame dino variant, and the mutated Microraptor, which is the product of 2 tame Microraptors mating, breeding, and laying an egg, plus a gene computer for mutations. Of course, Microraptors are still in the kingdom of Animalia as an animal, and they group reptilian as a prehistoric lizard. They are in the class of raptor and the family Tiny Raptor, sharing it with the Arcteryx, the Copy, and the Colophysis. Of course, the Micro, compared to Ark, has some stats that have been changed. Obviously, health has been lowered to 100 instead of 130 because that's way too much health for something this small. Stamina has not changed, oxygen not changed, but weight has been increased a little bit to 50 instead of 45, and torpor has been increased slightly to 100 instead of 75, with a fortitude of 0 because it's way too small to have any fortitude. So of course, additional traits added to Dino World, obviously keeping the pack spawns and bug catcher skill, but also adding the stun lock. Its bite attack stuns both players and the mounts they ride, but does not dismount them. Their stun does last longer though than it does in Ark. That is because their ability is dismount, making their stun bite actually dismount players from their mounts for 15 seconds. This also has a 15-second cooldown, so best be wary, but of course it does make it so that this is the dismount ability, adds back the dismount ability, and makes it very powerful and extreme, but only for 15 seconds. And of course, finally, we're going to be looking at Dino World spawns for the main map of Europa. Obviously, blue guaranteed, green very likely, yellow feudal likely, orange for rare, red for very rare, and purple for dead. The only place you can find Microraptors is feudal likely in the Redwood forest area of Europa. So the only place you can really find them is in the main map of Europa is in the Redwood Forest. As per usual, because the only place you can find Microraptors in Ark, except for the Extinction DLC, is in the Redwood Forest. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it. Comment down below your thoughts. Everyone have a blessed day as always. And of course, as always, toodaloo!